You know, there's something incredibly frustrating about waking up and feeling like your knees are holding you back. Maybe you used to take long walks without thinking twice, or kneel down in the garden without a second thought. But now, even standing up after watching your favorite TV show can feel like a small battle. And if you found yourself hesitating before going up the stairs or avoiding activities you once loved because of your knees, that tightness, that ache, you are not alone. After 60, our bodies naturally change. The cushioning in our joints wears down a little. Muscles may not be as strong as they once were, and that makes our knees those hard-working hinges of our legs. Take the hit, but here's the good news. You don't have to just live with that pain, and you certainly don't need to push through it the way you might have done years ago. Relief doesn't have to mean surgery or prescriptions. Sometimes it starts with just 5 minutes a day. That's all. 5 minutes of gentle, thoughtful movement. In this video, we're going to explore 5 simple exercises that can help ease knee pain gently and effectively. These aren't fancy gym moves or painful stretches. These are real exercises for real people with real knees that creak and protest now and then. And whether you're 60, 70, or beyond, your body can still respond. It just needs the right approach, gentle, consistent, and kind. So let's start with something easy you can do while seated. No need to get on the floor or balance on one leg. Imagine you're sitting on a sturdy chair, back straight, feet flat on the ground. Now slowly straighten one leg out in front of you. Hold it up for a count of 3 and gently lower it back down. Then switch to the other leg. It might not feel like much at first, but this small movement helps strengthen the muscles around your knee, especially the quadriceps, the big muscles at the front of your thighs. When those muscles are strong, your knees don't have to work so hard. And every bit of strength you build there adds more support and stability. Now, you might be wondering, can I really make a difference with such a tiny movement? And the answer is yes, absolutely. Think of your knees like hinges on a well-loved door. If they squeak or stick, you don't slam the door harder. You oil the hinges and move them gently. That's what we're doing here, waking up the muscles, easing them into motion, teaching your knees to trust movement again. As you get comfortable with that, there's another movement you can try, still in a chair, still gentle. This time, place a rolled-up towel or small pillow between your knees. Then, squeeze your knees together gently. Hold for a few seconds and release. It's a quiet little motion, but don't underestimate it. This one helps activate your inner thigh muscles, which are often forgotten but incredibly important for keeping your knees stable and tracking correctly. And if you've ever felt that your knees wobble or feel off-center when you walk, this can help realign and support them from within. What I love about these kind of exercises is that they don't demand more than what you're ready to give. There's no guilt, no pressure. You don't have to wear sneakers or count reps. You just listen to your body, respect its limits, and you build strength from a place of kindness, not punishment. One thing I often hear from folks in their 60s and beyond is that they're afraid of doing the wrong thing. They worry, what if I make it worse? That's such a valid concern. And it's why starting with gentle, low-impact exercises is so important. You're not forcing your knees into anything. You're just inviting them to move a little more each day. And let me tell you, your knees will respond. Maybe not overnight, but give it a week or 2. You'll start to notice it gets easier to stand. That going upstairs doesn't feel like climbing a mountain. That long walk with your grandchild, it might just become something you look forward to again. Now that you've got a feel for the first steps, and you've begun building a foundation of gentle movement, let's keep going and explore a few more ways you can reduce that stubborn knee pain without strain, without stress, and entirely at your own pace. So now that we've started waking up those muscles around the knees, let's keep that momentum going. You're already doing something powerful just by choosing to move with purpose. And remember, these aren't about pushing through pain. They're about building confidence, stability, and comfort in your body again. Let's talk about standing leg curls. Don't worry, this doesn't mean complicated stretches or balancing acts. Just find a sturdy surface to hold on to, a countertop, the back of a chair, even a wall if that feels best. Stand up tall, feet hip-width apart. Now, slowly bend one knee, bringing your heel up toward your bottom. It doesn't have to go far. You're not aiming for perfection, just gentle motion. Hold it there for a moment, then bring your foot back down. Alternate legs and do what feels comfortable. This movement wakes up the hamstrings, the muscles at the back of your thighs. These muscles work closely with your knees every time you walk or climb stairs. When they're a little stronger, your knees don't have to work quite so hard. And the best part? You're doing it all without adding stress to the joint itself. There's something deeply empowering about discovering what your body can still do, and that includes balance. As we get older, balance starts to feel a little more shaky, literally, but improving it can protect your knees in ways you might not expect. When your balance is better, you're less likely to stumble, twist, or fall. And one simple way to gently boost your balance is with a small but mighty move called a side leg raise. Just like before, you'll hold on to a sturdy surface. Stand tall, then slowly lift one leg out to the side. Just a few inches is enough. Hold for a second or two, then bring it back down. This isn't about how high you lift. It's about control and consistency. And you'll feel it right away in your outer hips and thighs. These muscles play a quiet but critical role in stabilizing your legs and keeping your knees aligned when you walk, turn, or even just stand still. And here's the lovely part. With each repetition, you're sending a message to your body that you're taking care of it, that you're still in control, that you're not giving into stiffness or fear. Instead, you're meeting your body where it is and asking it gently to stay strong and steady. Now, for many people, knee pain often shows up most when going up or down stairs or standing up from a chair. That's because the muscles in our thighs and hips, which support those movements, lose a bit of strength if we're not actively using them. One of the simplest and safest ways to rebuild that strength is with what I like to call supported sit-to-stand. Here's how you do it. Start seated in a sturdy chair with your feet flat on the floor. Cross your arms over your chest, or keep your hands lightly on the armrests. Now, slowly lean forward and rise up to standing position, using your legs as much as possible. Then gently sit back down. If that feels like too much, you can use your hands to assist until your legs get stronger. What's so great about this move is that it mimics something you already do every day, standing up and sitting down. So you're not just exercising your legs and knees, you're practicing a real-life skill. The more easily you can get up from a chair, the more confident and independent you feel in your everyday life. And that confidence, it matters just as much as strength. You might be thinking, okay, this all sounds doable, but what if my knees still ache after I try these? That's a fair question. And the answer isn't to push through the discomfort, it's to go slower. Maybe you do just a couple of repetitions today. Maybe you skip a movement if it doesn't feel right. That's not failure, that's wisdom. Listening to your body is one of the smartest things you can do after 60. The goal here isn't perfection, it's progress. A little less stiffness when you wake up, a bit more ease when you go for a walk. Maybe one day, kneeling in the garden won't feel impossible. And that's the magic of gentle exercise. It respects where you are now, while guiding you towards something better. And as you stick with it, these small efforts begin to add up. Your muscles remember, your joints respond. And that pain that once felt like a permanent part of life, it starts to quiet down. Not overnight, not dramatically, but gradually, like a morning fog lifting. And you begin to move through your day with just a bit more freedom, a bit more grace, and a whole lot more hope. If you're still watching and finding these insights helpful, drop a number 1 in the comments to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, now's a great time. Hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you won't miss future videos. Your support means a lot and helps us keep creating content to inform and inspire. Now, let's keep going. When you begin to notice those little improvements, less stiffness when you wake up, more comfort when walking around the grocery store, it's a sign you're on the right path. And now, let's add one more gentle but powerful move to keep that progress going. This one's all about mobility, circulation, and bringing some comfort back to tired knees. It's called ankle pumps. Now, I know that might sound too simple to make a difference, but hear me out. When you're sitting in your favorite chair, watching TV, reading, or even just relaxing, try pointing your toes forward like you're stretching your feet away from your body. Then pull them back toward you, lifting your toes up. Repeat this motion slowly, a few times. No standing, no pressure on the knees. Just a smooth movement that gets your lower leg muscles working again. Why does this matter? Because our legs are like highways for blood flow. And sometimes, when we're sitting for long stretches or we're not moving around as much as we used to, that circulation slows down. Poor circulation can make knees feel heavy, swollen, or achy, but small movements like ankle pumps can help get things flowing again, easing that pressure and bringing some much-needed relief. It's one of those quiet little habits that doesn't seem like much until you realize you're not shifting around as much trying to get comfortable, and you didn't even have to stand up. Now, before we wrap up, there's one more gentle technique I want to leave you with. It's not exactly traditional exercise, but something I believe in deeply, and that's mindful breathing paired with gentle knee massage. Just sit comfortably, place your hands gently around your knee, no squeezing or poking, just resting, and take a few deep breaths. As you exhale, imagine any tension or tightness melting away from the joint. If you like, you can lightly rub around the kneecap or along the thigh and calf, using slow, circular motions. This simple practice helps bring awareness to the area and reminds your body it's safe, that it's okay to let go of the tension, that healing doesn't have to be fast or dramatic to be real. Sometimes, it's the quiet things that do the most good. And if you ever feel unsure about any movement, or you've got a knee condition that worries you, it's always okay to check in with your doctor or physical therapist. What we're doing here is gentle, yes, but it's also about you taking charge of your comfort, your strength, and your independence. The beautiful part is, none of this requires a gym membership, expensive equipment, or even a change of clothes. You can do it in your living room, at your kitchen counter, even on the edge of your bed. It fits into your life, just as you are right now. And with each little step, you're choosing more than just movement. You're choosing to feel good in your own body again. You're choosing to stay active, not for the sake of exercise itself, but because you want to keep living fully. Whether that means playing with your grandkids, walking through your garden, or just getting up from your chair without dreading the ache in your knees. So if today you try just one of these movements, maybe the gentle seated march or the ankle pumps, know that's more than enough. And if tomorrow you do a little more, wonderful. But if not, that's okay too. Because this isn't about perfection. It's about consistency. A little bit each day. That's how real change happens. And don't forget to be kind to yourself in the process. It's so easy to compare yourself to how you moved 20 or 30 years ago. But your body isn't failing you. It's just asking for a different kind of attention now. Slower, more thoughtful, more loving. And when you meet your body with patience instead of frustration, everything begins to shift. You are not broken. You are rebuilding. You're choosing strength in your own way, on your own time, and that is something to be proud of. Remember, small changes can make a big difference in your health and your happiness. Even 5 minutes of gentle movement can help your knees feel lighter, stronger, and more at ease. You deserve to feel good when you move, and with a little care and commitment, that's absolutely possible. So here's to ease your mornings, to steady your steps, to dancing a little longer at the next family gathering, or walking to park with a little more freedom. You're not done growing, healing, or thriving, not by a long shot. Live your best life at every age. And never underestimate what your body can still do when given a chance. Thanks so much for spending time with the Eunoia Grace community today. We'd really love to hear from you. Drop a comment below. Let us know one thing you learned today and how you might apply it in your own life. Your insights mean a lot to us, and reading your thoughts always gives us a boost of energy and inspiration. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need it too. Your support truly helps us keep going and create content that informs and uplifts. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.